Welcome to the Solemn Tones channel. Today I am so excited to be able to share with you our newest product, the Odin Deluxe. It's just the next level for us. We're no longer tied to Contact, which is a huge plus already. We are able to give you a plugin that actually works in DAWs regardless of if you spend money on Contact. So let's get right into it. Once you purchased the Odin Deluxe, you will get a folder, a zip file, with two installers, either an executable jar file, which is for Windows, or this MPKG for Mac. So keep in mind, this is the installation guide on how you go about setting it up, and then we have another tutorial on how to actually use the product. I'm on Mac right now, but both will work the same way. Double click. We have the Mac installer, very nice. We click on continue. On this screen, you get to choose which version you install. So depending on which DAW you are using, you will have to choose a different version. Some of the older DAWs don't work with 64-bit. Some DAWs use VST3, others use audio units and so forth. So you get to choose. Now, if you're not sure and you have plenty of disk space, you can just choose them all. You choose whichever one you need, then you click on continue. And you click on install. Now the thing is, I already installed it, obviously, it's our product. Everything else should be really straightforward. So once it's installed, we're in our DAW already. I already have this pre-programmed guitar right here, purely because the tutorial on how to use it will be a different one. So we go to our instrument input, go to AU Instruments, and then click Solemn Tones, the Odin Stereo. And then it gives you a loading screen because it automatically loads a sample bank of Guitar 1. On the top right here, you can basically choose how you want your guitars to be set up. So we have Guitar 1, which could be panned left or right, Guitar 2, which could be panned left or right, but if you're in a hurry, you can click on hard panned rhythm guitars, and you will basically have two guitars hard panned playing, and you can just amp them like that. So for writing purposes, this is way faster. Then we also have soft panned lead guitars. If you feel like you have your hard panned rhythms and then you want some soft panned leads, you can all do that in the plugin right there. So usually I'm a fan of going hard panned rhythm guitars. So we click a little loading screen so it loads everything up. Going over some of the features, we of course have our active key switch pane again, which tells you in which key switch you are working. Then we have a new button called raw mode. This will basically add some human characteristics into your playing, some random sounds a guitar would make if you're playing just on the go. So I really like this for leads because you really add some of that human element back into it. Then, and this is probably the most exciting feature for me because I'm all about efficiency, we have Swift mode. What Swift mode does is it throws all the key switches out of the window, throws away quite some articulations that aren't used very often, and it allows you to program with the Odin only with velocities. So from 0 to 9, you have your percussive chucks. From 10 to 34, you have your palm mutes. From 35 to 125, you have alternative picking. And then the upper velocity ranges are for pinch harmonics. So this way, if you're really in a rush and you don't really need all the bends and stuff, you can just go into Swift mode and program extra fast. And if you feel like, okay, this song really requires me to take that extra step to do everything with key switches, full control, then you can just turn it off and start using the key switches like the old time. It's just another layer of flexibility, and depending on what you need, you can turn it on or off. Now, Octave Drop is actually a button we added purely based on customer support. So I have been doing all the customer support myself. And one of the main things I often got was, hey, the Odin isn't making any sound. And after a while, I understood. I asked where did the MIDI come from, and it was always Guitar Pro. What Guitar Pro does is it will export your MIDI one octave too low, and so the notes would never be in the playable range of the Odin. They would start triggering random key switches. To put it very simply, if you're using Guitar Pro or Tux, just click on Octave Drop and everything will be fine. We also have a key switch button which shows you which key switch gives you which articulation. Finally, we have the little tip screen, and I'm pretty excited about this myself. This tip screen will help you program. If you are making some subpar options as far as making the sound extra realistic, the tip screen will give you feedback. It will say, hey, you are using only the same velocities, maybe humanize it a little. Hey, this note isn't in the playable range, increase it or decrease it, and so forth. It will give you feedback depending on what you do, and then occasionally just give you some random tips. So that is it for the Odin Deluxe. I'm actually so excited about it. It has extra features, it's faster to program, it's not tied to Contact. I love the UI. It's extra Vikingish. I really like it. It's totally my style. It's just so much more efficient. I am in love with this even more than the first one already. If you are interested in picking this up, go to solemntones.com and pick up the Odin Deluxe today.